There is a radical lie going around the internet on dog training. It's being promoted by a very small group of people, one person in particular, and it's going to cost many dogs their lives. And that is going to cause much pain to dog owners. I received a message on Instagram a couple days ago, and I'd like to address it. The message says, "Hello, I just found you and I'm listening to your podcast. Can you please be kind enough to give me a relief on a matter since you're also a dog trainer? I lost my beautiful dog 2 months ago. I had the most amazing 3-year-old Dalmatian ever. Unfortunately, he attacked several times, different people. We never punished him because it all happened so quick, and we kind of blamed it on people because they approached him without consent, or one time a stranger ran to him and he bit in self-defense. He was on a leash right next to me. Then he started biting family members. He also had sleep startle. My brother leaned to kiss him once. He was asleep and he bit his face. It bled. My brother didn't say a word. He just backed up and left the house. Then they were home alone together. He couldn't also punish him verbally because we knew he's sensitive when sleeping. Yet he wanted to kiss him. Same happened with my mom a little after. And then things got really worse with my father." And it goes on and on. I don't want to bore you with the rest of it. The problem with this person and so many other people, they have dogs that start to show bad behaviors and they do nothing about it. Now, I'll start by saying if your dog has sudden onset of aggression, you should get your dog checked out by a veterinarian and make sure there's nothing medically wrong with the dog. Once that is cleared, it's time to address training, fair training. It's time to understand that a dog is an animal and without structure will not survive in a human society. Dogs need to know how to stay with us, not run in the street, not knock over children, not attack other dogs, small animals, or people. Using a purely positive approach, first of all, does not exist. There is no such thing as purely positive training. There is always the need for an aversive or a correction. But there is a small band of trainers and one radical at the head of those trainers that is putting forth a horrible lie that using a correction on a dog will make the dog's behavior worse or will damage the relationship between you and the dog. And nothing could be further from the truth. They cite very one-sided scientific studies, which inevitably cost dogs their lives. Science has no place in dog training. Giving your dog structure, corrections, and rewards in training and in a relationship is the fairest way to make certain your dog has a happy, complete life. I've worked inside animal shelters for many, many years. I've taught behavioral programs, worked with rescue dogs, and worked with some of the toughest rescue dogs around. And I can honestly tell you that every single one of those dogs prospered and thrived through a training approach that involved corrections and rewards. Withholding either one of those two, the correction or the reward, does not give a complete training picture to a dog. I've handled thousands of dogs. I've trained countless dogs in every aspect from protection to obedience to behavior modification. And I can tell you that there is not one dog that I have handled or seen that has perished from corrections in training. Now, everything we do with a dog starts with a treat and a toy, and where it goes from there is up to the dog. Using a fair method of training means using corrections. And those corrections will inevitably save your dog's life if the dog is having behavioral problems. I'm not saying hurt a dog, beat up a dog, kick a dog, punch a dog. I am saying the use of aversives, the use of corrections, the use of information in training a dog is necessary. Anyone who tells you anything else is lying to you. And they're lying to you because they have a very strong agenda. There is a lot of money in the force-free community that's being made on seminars, workshops, training, and everything. They are not concerned with benefiting the dog. They are more concerned with their agenda. I am telling you the truth. I have seen dogs perish by not getting the full information. I get emails and messages like this all the time of dogs that show some slight signs of misbehavior, not even aggression yet. And the people don't correct it because they believe the lie that's being set forth on the internet. Countless dogs are killed, not euthanized, killed for bad behavior. And those dogs were never given the chance at a correction or information. The sad truth is that the force-free community is not concerned with the lives of these dogs that are being killed because they could be saved with corrections. They could be saved with real dog training. I implore dog trainers everywhere to come together. There are places for positive training. It is beneficial in all training, whether it's obedience, protection, behavior modification, or anything. To limit training to only one portion of an ideology, and that being zero corrections, does not exist. It is impossible to train a dog without corrections. Whether those corrections come on a head halty, on a harness, withholding treats, or a pop on the leash, a bump on an e-collar, anything. Corrections are the most humane and fair way to help dogs. Take it from me. I've trained many dogs. I have handled thousands of dogs. I have seen dogs perish in animal shelters that could easily have been saved through fair, complete training methods. I implore you, if you're a trainer, to stop using the term balanced trainers. If someone asks you what kind of trainer you are a dog trainer. Let's get away from the labels because it's isolating us in a community that is mislabeled constantly. When people hear of a balanced trainer, all they hear is a person that uses e-collars and prong collars. Throughout my training, I've used e-collars, prong collars, treats, toys, everything. I've never labeled myself as anything but a dog trainer, and I implore you to do the same. The person with this dog did not give their dog a fair shot because more than likely they listened to an ideology that is flawed, that is broken, and that is dangerous. Please don't make the mistake this person made with their dog. Give your dog a correction at an early stage. Correcting a dog when they first show signs of bad behavior gives them a clear picture of what is and what's not acceptable. That must be done in order to save dogs' lives, in order to continue to keep dogs in our lives and in our homes. Dogs need structure, dogs thrive with structure, and dogs will prosper with fair training. Thank you.